The world is changing.
51 years ago, the War of the Wilds came to a stalemate. The people of the Graynor Peninsula set all plant life ablaze to stop the Stranglehold and built a mighty wall to keep the wilds at bay. All the while, they sat atop their monument, never truly knowing why this all began. A likeness of peace blanketed the blasted lands.
1 year ago, it all changed. An ancient god, once bound by old magic, found himself free and took his vengeance as his shackles were shattered. The mountainous city of Bulwark paid a grave price, but in the wake of this destruction comes the first glimpses of the possibility for true and honest peace.
Our heroes venture from their familiar homeland into the fullness of what their world was before the war. A world they've touched, but never truly seen. They find themselves caught between a land that has tried to end their lives hundreds of times over, and a country they helped decimate.
Under the canopy, they seek glory, truth, and salvation. The world is changing, and their hands will guide it. Hello, and welcome back to another path. My name is Chase, and I continue to be your GM. Today, Jackson speaks truth with power, while Zafir and Mordecai get news from home. Thank you to our backers, Brayden, Zan, and Connor, for their support. With that, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down another path.
I got a PS4 over Christmas.
Oh, right.
Oh, shit, yeah, nice.
And with it came Horizon Zero Dawn, which is not a new game, but
it's very good.
It's also Numenera as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
So if people are interested and you have a PlayStation and haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn and you want some Numenera flavor in your life, check it out. It's really cool. Featuring Ashley Birch. So
Yeah.
As Aloy!
Friend of the show, Ashley Birch.
I wish.
Yeah, maybe.
She's got a TV show on, the Apple streaming service coming out.
she
Of
really?
course she does.
Yeah.
Well, she's great.
Of course she does. Molly Mock was an inside job.
Chase was saying that if we reach out to Dante Bosco to get him on Pet Shop, that he will reach out to Ashley Birch.
I will.
That seems like a fair trade.
So
I will try.
I have to figure out how to reach out to Dante Bosco.
I got you. Sam.
Oh, okay.
Because you're not going to know it's happening until it's happening.
Oh, that's even better.
I'm not going to tell you if we get him on the show or not until we start recording.
You know what? That's fair, because I would like to take us all back in time about 2 years to when we did meet a McElroy and Zach lost his mind.
No, I did.
Yes.
I couldn't say words. Griffin, this won't be a good idea.
It's a great idea.
Counterpoint, it's a fantastic
because
idea.
then I won't be able to talk to do this audio podcast that we do bi-weekly.
Mr. Greenlee is going to have to come down and take it to the hoop again.
No, see, I think it's the other way. I think it's the other way around.
Get out.
I think it's the other way around. I think if you don't know, then it's fine because you won't have time to work it all up in your head, because you lost your mind with Travis McElroy, but we had been listening to him for like an hour and a half and you've been staring at him.
That's fair.
So I think maybe if you don't know and it's just like, hey, boom, go.
Suddenly Dante.
Suddenly
Dante
is video chatting.
Video chatting you.
On the subject of celebrities we would like to get on the show, I have a new contender. Will Friedle did not know that he was all up on the nerdsties until earlier tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he does a show
Huge
with
nerd.
Yeah.
He does a
a
Critical
mini
Role
painting
show.
thing.
I
Yeah.
don't critical role.
It's fine.
And that's
Fair.
the
Mini paint,
Yeah.
primetime mini painting with Will Friedle is
Yeah.
fucking weird and wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I am all about his energy writ large. You know, I think it'd be fun to play D&D with him.
Yeah,
That's about it. That's the extent of
Yeah.
it.
The other person is Matthew Lillard.
Fucking
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
I want
Yeah.
Matthew
Yeah,
Lillard is a D&D ambassador now.
Such a
Huge nerd.
Yeah, big time. And
All
it's
right, all right.
Also he's Shaggy. So
Except he's not anymore.
I mean, he's not anymore.
He's
no.
not anymore. No, there's
It's been a little while.
No, there's a new movie coming out.
There
Yeah.
is, yeah.
And they didn't get him. It's animated.
Well, I mean,
And
I was
they
a kid
didn't
for
get
half
him.
of it. But yeah, no. Real talk. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about the voice of Scooby Doo in that movie. I'll have to see the movie, and it might surprise me, obviously. But
the only other thing I know about that movie is that I think maybe it's the voice of Scooby-Doo, because they got Zac Efron to voice Fred.
Headmaster Zephron?
Yes, Headmaster Zephron. All hail.
Where the potion of Headmaster Zephron go?
And so what they did was, to make that happen, is whoever the guy is that has been voicing Fred for decades,
Yes.
he's voicing Scooby.
Oh.
So it's a nice little thing there.
Okay.
Yeah.
A nice little sort of
Yeah.
homage.
So that I don't know about this voice is because you think it should be somebody else.
Because
You think it should be Fred.
It's Fred doing Scooby. Oh, okay. That makes sense to me.
Right? And I found that out. I was like, oh, that's a good touch. That's good.
I mean, it looks really cute. Like the trailer, like I was like, oh. Because they played it at the beginning of when I went and saw Frozen 2.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that movie's a banger.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's real
Frozen
good.
2 so good.
Hey, can we talk about how good Lost in the Woods is?
Yeah, it's very good.
Hey, can we talk about how amazing the live action Weezer video to Lost in the Woods is?
It's also
where
very
it's
good.
identical to the movie.
Well, yeah,
12-part harmony.
What I have to say is that I very much appreciate the fact that in the first movie they had Jonathan Groff sing like
Nothing.
for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and so they compensated for that by having him sing the lead in a song, but also singing every harmony in the track as well.
And it just
Yes.
being like a stupid amount of harmonies.
Oh,
And then he had to
it's
do it
so
as
good.
Kristoff, but then also as Sven, but then also as all of these other reindeer. So he's doing
very
all of
good.
these different voices, and he's singing them all.
I'm lost in the woods. Oh, it's real good.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Zephyr and Mordecai, what are you two up to?
I think at first I go up to Chiron and I'm like, welcome to the proverbial thick of it.
He didn't sign up for this.
What the hell?
Yes,
I've been to the Fabe. I've been here before. I've not been here before.
yeah.
This is... What?
This is sort of a Tuesday for us.
Okay.
Like, I don't mean to, like, really bolster myself. Your vanity isn't normally one of my big traits, but we're sort of a big deal.
Apparently.
Mordecai nods.
Look, I knew I was getting you all to leave, but I didn't realize it was gonna... Whoa.
We've seen some shit. It's been sort of a, It has been a trip, right, Mordecai?
You just gonna stay like that as long as you can?
Mordecai nods.
I mean, he likes to.
Okay. I mean, I get it. I would if I could.
I lower myself to the ground next to Zephyr as an indication of you can hop on if you want.
Oh, rad. Yeah, no, most def.
We're gonna cruise this temple in style, baby.
Chiron tosses the half of the reins of the Chirop Striders to Baelet, and he gets them. They all string them up, and the two of them ride around on several bats at once. Jackson, you find yourself in the heart of this temple. It is absolutely gorgeous. You have left behind anything that seems artificial about the placement of the trees that the larger portion of this place has is gone out here. It feels like you are in a Reco temple, and this is the central courtyard of it. Gaia takes a seat at a table. There's a low pool of water that her feet are resting in, and she invites you to join her.
I do. I'll sit down and take off my boots. Nice place you got here. Much better than my arm.
Yes. Yes, it is. Although I don't get the feeling you like it so much. Well, maybe it's just a little much.
Last time that I was in the Feywild, I was a human.
It's true.
And I thought
that I had dealt with that, and enough time had passed, and things were okay. Or as okay as they could be. Turns out, nope. Turns out I have a good long history of horrendous shit happening to me, and sometimes things don't process. And you push it down, or you hide it, or you cope with it, or you fool yourself into thinking that everything's fine. Because usually it's just people depending on you, but when it's the world, you don't have a choice.
Jackson, it's okay to not be okay. The world has asked a lot of you, and I am afraid that it is going to keep asking that for a while yet. A lot is resting on your shoulders now, and it's going to for a while yet.
I know.
But I want you to know that I'm here for you. We're all here for you. Your friends are here for you to help you walk through the darker shadows.
I know. Thank you. It's just...
It's okay to not be okay, even knowing all of that.
I wish I could believe it.
I know.
It was okay to not be okay when we were underground, when we were visiting Amber Eye. When we had that time off. Nothing was happening. I could just be. And I thought that was it, and that was the end of it, and I was moving on. Turns out life is more complicated than that.
Gaia takes a moment, and she leans forward and looks at a planter box not too far from you. She smiles to herself. A planter box in the Feywild is a strange thing. This is about the most easy place for things to grow, and yet even here some things need special tending to. It's worth it, because they are beautiful and they bring me joy, and sometimes that is enough. It is easy to grow in confinement, away from everything else, away from the terrors and turmoils of society, of life, of the world, but it is something else to thrive where things have been less than hospitable. Jackson, I would not expect you to thrive here, and I would not have called you here unless I thought it was worthwhile. I know this is not your idea of a social outing.
Jackson will look up and make eye contact. I know, but I trust you.
And I trust you, which is part of the reason I asked you all here. She turns to Amareya Dejani. Amareya Dejani, you and I are in similar straits. We're both weakened from years of neglect and restraint. I would like to propose a union of sorts. We, and those others whose followings have been diminished over the recent years, should join forces and form a new pantheon. Those of us who want to stay in this world and care for it, not until it is inconvenient for us, but for all time. Those of us who reject the craven who left us here, who left them here, and she gestures to you. We who will protect our flocks. What do you say? And she extends her hand, and Amareya Dejani looks to you. What do you think?
The thought process that goes through Jackson's head is, I would imagine what would be like if, like, your parents got divorced and now we're trying to get remarried.
Okay.
Right?
I see it. I see it.
But then it turns out like they were never really married in the first place. So it's just kind of weird. But then you've also like you lived with one and now you're living with the other, but you're gonna end up living somewhere else if this happens. I think can you even do that? Like, fuck. Jeez, I don't know what that means. I don't claim to know what that would mean, but I think if we're all trying to get through this, whatever this is, and we're all trying to regain power, I think it's good for us to not just make the old things work again. And I think sometimes you gotta make new stuff.
Then the fire and the flower shall join as one. And he takes her hand. There's a soft glow. And we cut back to Mordecai and Zephyr.
I am hosting a bear bucking competition.
What a segue. What a segue, sir.
Which gnome can hold on the longest?
I wanna try.
You have to get turned into a gnome first. It's okay. It's the Feywild. That can happen.
Zephyr, you're my barker. You gotta facilitate the rules.
But I wanna try.
You can also try.
Okay, fantastic.
All right.
Zephyr sets the standard, but is also taking bets and is turning into the bookie.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, contested athletics?
I'm fine with that.
Or just a strength save?
That's a grapple check.
Yeah, you're trying to hold on to me.
There we go.
All right, what'd you roll? Roll up, big boy.
I rolled a 17.
Wow.
Not gonna do it.
Oh, no. What'd you roll?
21.
Oh, man.
So, you hold on for like 5 seconds. It's pretty
Yeah, I'm only 4 below you. That's not too bad.
pretty good.
All right. Zephyr.
I'm just enjoying my time as a bear.
Zephyr, roll me a charisma check.
Just base?
Persuasion or performance? Because if you're acting as Mordecai's barker.
Oh, performance, baby. That's a 26.
Cool. All right, with a 26, you are able to pull in a decent-sized crowd. A lot of different folks are coming and watching this bear bucking contest. Mordecai, go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Another 21.
Okay, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Feywilds, welcome to the Buck Off, featuring everyone.
What the fuck?
Exactly, young man. What the buck indeed. Now, here we are, the fantastic Mordecai, the bear berserker, here to take on anyone who wishes to see if they have the grit, the wit, and the strength to hang on to this bodacious bear. Who would be our first?
And there are ample volunteers.
I volunteer as tribute.
Nice. The first person I picked, like the hardiest person in the lot.
It's Kyron.
Oh, Kyron. All right, fantastic. Nice.
Oh, he doesn't know what's good. He's going to get his.
I bring Kyron over. I go, thank you very much. I'm very much playing it up to the crowd like I don't know this person.
I kind of side-eye Kyron.
He gets that right up into your ear. It's on, Shifter.
All right. I rage. Get fucked, Kyron.
Because you have advantage then.
25.
Kyron goes flying immediately.
Oh, so quick. But there are still plenty of volunteers, I do believe, that are interested in giving it a whirl. Yes,
I have a question.
You there.
As Zephyr's own.
How much hang time did Kyron get? Was it like
A solid like 4 seconds until he hit a tree.
Ooh, good.
Good aim.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Are there any shifters in the crowd?
There are.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want to talk to one later.
Okay, you can do this thing.
Or if Zephyr manages to get one on my back, I have a bit.
Yeah, no, I can usher one over. And I look for another strapping individual, lead him over. I find a lady. Mordecai's always yelling at me that the moment that I find a shifter lady, I was the one that nailed her.
I want you all to know that I had this bit in my head before Zach made that decision. I just want you all to know.
Excellent.
Good,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Awesome. Yes, I bring a lady over, a lady shifter
Good.
for Mordecai. You know. And, yes.
somewhere in the middle of this, my wild shape would wear off, and I probably have lost track of time.
Sure.
So I'm going to say that in the midst of this buck, that my wild shape does expire, and Mordecai just kind of collapses underneath the weight of this other shifter.
Sure.
Oh, damn it. Sorry, folks.
Oh, sorry,
Right,
folks. I guess
over.
the show
Damn
is
shame.
over.
I'll get up and help her to her feet. Hi, sorry about that.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm Mordecai, by the way.
I'm Ruba.
Ruba, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Real quick, just giving her the once over. Does she have any Mavo paraphernalia or symbols?
No.
Okay, then I will just. I just want to kind of chat with her about the area.
Sure.
And eventually try to lead into a conversation about what the connection is between the Lords of the Forest and the Feywild is.
Roll me a straight charisma check.
Sure. Oh, wow. That's 17.
Okay, cool.
While they're talking, I definitely put a hat down and break out my mandolin, and I start singing, "Toss a coin to your shifter, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh."
Yay.
Oh, boy.
I'm mad, but not terribly.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
That's parody, right? It was short
Hey,
enough.
it's within acceptable parameters.
Yep, no, I'm here for it.
He's got a great booty.
A friend of ages 3.
You are able to talk to her about this, and you get the impression that she has been a devotee of the Sealy court for quite a while. There's not a whole lot of overlap between the lords and the Fae, just as there's not a whole lot of overlap between the guides and patrons of the Kindlelands.
Is there any sort of connection to the Unseelie and the Forest Lords?
Not that she would know. She doesn't tend to deal in the darker side of the fairy realms.
Okay. It's something that I've been scratching at me for a while, so I
Sure.
want to find a way to ask.
So she's a good girl, loves her Gaia.
Yep, you're good. But
I did roll a 21 on performance, just in case you want to throw some money at it.
Okay.
Just
Fae money.
So Faye Gold.
yeah, you busk for a while, and
I do busk.
you check your chapeau on the ground, and it is filled not with coin, but with a bunch of acorns and seeds and shit.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. We're in the Feywild.
I go, ooh.
You go to swoop it back up, and you lock eyes with a gnome. You don't recognize her at first.
Uh-oh.
Is it Yandi?
It's Yandi.
Yandi?
holy shit.
Here, hold on 1 second. I need to hold up this dartboard for Chase.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, alright. Oh! Hey, I just caught your
Shit.
dart from...
A year ago?
A little bit more, yeah.
I'm at,
Yeah.
yo, that was back at fucking After Ground when we were
Yeah.
still at Concentrate last time I saw Yandi.
Yeah.
Yandi?
Zephyr,
What are you doing here?
what are you doing here?
Oh, Yandi, I wish, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you. It's a lot of stuff.
She is not looking great, but certainly better than the last time you saw her.
How did you get out of the Hedron?
It's been... I'm not honestly entirely sure myself. I think there was some kind of treaty. I don't know with who or what, but after everything happened at Bulwark, a bunch of us got let go at the border.
Okay.
They put us in these weird shackles that blocked our magic, and all at once they cut us loose and said, have at it. And we all just ran. We didn't know if we were getting arrows in our backs or what. But, I mean, I didn't know about Bulwark until probably about 2 or 3 weeks after I got out here.
Oh, yeah.
Made my way to some market city, and from there I just kind of tripped
back here to the Fae, and I found my way to Gaia, and I mentioned you, and here I am.
Yeah, Gaia, she's pretty nice. Well, I'm glad that you're safe. I'm sorry that things did not work out.
You got me here. You got me.
In a way, I'm sorry.
She's tickling herself at this point with that.
In a way, I got you here, but I'm sorry that you got thrown in prison for a while.
Roundabout path.
Yes, well,
You could have taken another path.
Hey, Mordecai, why don't you get out of here for a little while, huh?
I want to say hi to Yandi.
Have you ever met Yandi?
Actually,
I don't think so.
No, I don't
No.
think any of us have.
Because I met Yandi at the fancy BMV the first time,
Yeah.
and then so probably not.
But yeah, I've been here for about 2 or 3 months now, just kind of getting patched back up.
Well, I'm very glad that you are safe. I will say, you should probably stay here for a while at least.
What's going on?
You know what? I'll hit you back after we figure out ourselves.
Okay,
A lot is up in the air at the moment.
fair enough. And she beckons you on over to share a drink and swap and she's going to needle you for a while to get what stories she can out of you.
Fantastic. Mordecai, I'm gonna have a drink with this gnome. I'll see you later.
Can I join?
I mean, you seem like you have your hands full.
I've learned all I need to know.
You know what? You don't get to give me a hard time ever again.
What? What did I do? As I walk over to Zafir. It was nice to meet you. Bye. And I'll go over to Zafir.
And the Ruba just kind of shrugs her shoulders and walks away.
This is a fact-finding mission.
I give Ruba the call me hand. She doesn't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Thanks to Deep. We get some drinks. Is there like a town? Like,
So there is a huge border that runs around a central garden.
gotcha.
And all throughout here, there are people wandering around and talking and chatting. And there are some like stalls where people are, buying and selling things. There's a couple of places that people have like bunched up some comfortable looking grasses to nap. There are tables upon tables upon tables upon food, mostly fruits and vegetables that you do not recognize. Plenty of bottles of wine that seem to be aged beyond perfection.
Oh, well, all right. I'd pop into some of that wine. Because that is Zafir's drink.
Absolutely.
He's a wine boy, I think.
Red or white?
Probably
I was
red.
thinking red.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zafir's definitely a red. Like a nice dark red, too. He likes it thick. Maybe port. I think port's like his ideal. A tawny port.
Ooh, boy. That's going to be a long night for Zafir.
God, I want a port now.
I mean, that's his drink of choice. He's used to it. Cool. Yeah, then we sit down. I give her the spark notes of at this point, being confidential is not that big of a deal. I trust Yandi, so
We're also in the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's fair.
We're going to zip back to Jackson.
Right, because I just saw the world end.
Yes.
My whole world. You've ended my whole career.
Oh, you saw your world be reborn. The warm glow of these two deities clasping hands fades as they sink back into their chairs.
I kind of look back and forth between the two of them, and the thoughts come fast and quick. They're not uttered, but it starts with, "Wait, you're still two people?
Well,
Did
yes.
Mom and Dad just fuck? Wait, why are they look the same? What happened? What? It's all in my head,
Right.
But and it's wait, what? Huh? Why do you look?"
And the two of them can just continue to have a completely normal conversation, talking about who else they may want to invite into their new pantheon.
So was that good for you two? 'Cause I didn't see anything happen.
Well, Jackson, what happened is that we have agreed to work with each other going forward. That's pretty much it. We've, at some point we will ascribe to a permanent code of conduct, but as it is, we're starting out. We're joining forces. We will be stronger if we work together. Sure, in the long run we might be stronger apart, but for right now, as we are getting our feet back under us after all this time, this is good. This is right.
Oh, so this is more like an alliance?
Yes.
Okay, see, I thought the two of you were going to turn into a giant tree dragon, and that was my new boss.
Ooh. Chase, rewrite the podcast.
Gaia looks at Amare Dejani. He's like, that's not a bad idea. Big old tree dragon. And Amare Dejani holds up. It's like, I am nowhere near strong enough for something like that. You saw what happened last time I went full dragon. I'm not doing that. Not for a while.
That's probably for the best. Unless, some of these new factions or whatever just really piss us off. And then I would advocate. That's a new one. That's a new word. It's a good word. I would advocate for the full dragon.
Yes, at some points, I imagine I will need to do that again. But for right now, I think this, and he just holds his hand wide, this is fine. The Forge Master is fine today.
So you're working together now?
Yes.
We weren't before?
Not officially. We weren't working against each other. There's shades of gray.
How many? 36?
So many. All of them.
All of the shades of gray.
Mm-hmm. At least 49.
At least 49. Probably 42? Probably. I hear that's a good number.
More than that, certainly.
I hate this.
Oh, so it is 69 shades of gray.
Yes, exactly. There it is.
God, okay, nice.
Nice. Reluctant nice.
Walked into a nice. But yes, we'll be working together now. Which means I will be able to continue lending you my power on a more official basis. And she winks to you, Jackson.
Oh, thank Gaia. I mean, thank you. Thank you, Gaia.
Happy to help.
But really, thank you.
You're welcome. And she takes your hand and you feel that warm, comforting glow.
So why are we here? It wasn't for this, right? I mean, this is good, but...
It was, honestly, a big part of it was that I can see more from here than you all can see from where you are. Also, I think I can hasten your journey a little bit as well. Might be able to get you a couple of stops ahead of where you would normally be at this point.
Like checkers?
Kind of.
Good. I understood that reference.
Excellent. But yes, once your companions are prepared, you can take your leave. Oh, and also, you called it Gary, right?
Yeah. Well, I never asked. I think he's a he.
Gaia extends her hand, and Gary you said he lives in between your shirt and your armor?
Yeah, there's just this little piece cut out right above the chest that he can so he can duck behind the armor piece, but then he can also poke his little head up and 360 no scope someone from my chest.
He's in a metal papoose?
Basically.
Gaia extends her hands. Gary, who's all throughout this little adventure has been peeking his head out a little bit more often than he usually does.
It's all right, Gary. Come on out. This is home.
He crawls back out onto Gaia's hand and just encircles it over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, we found Mom.
She stands up for a moment and seems to grow massive. Think the island lady from Moana. Tafiti.
Oh, yes.
Tafiti.
Yeah, think Tafiti. She stands up with this itty-bitty little dragon on her finger. They kind of touch foreheads. She goes to sit back down and shrinks back to Hugh's size. From where their heads were touching, she pulls a very tiny little scale. She reaches down on the ground and grabs a bit of root, wraps it around it, and asks for your hand.
Okay. let's... Sure, thank you.
She puts this ring on your hand. Hey, boss, what's up?
Gary! Hey, this is really cool. So
Yeah.
can I pull the ring partway off? And put it back on?
There it is. Okay, hey.
Oh, okay, great. So I give it a couple of twists to like really dial it in and make sure it's pointed the right way.
Yep.
For optimum coverage, signal strength.
The ring of telepathic bond with Gary has been added to you.
Yay!
Otherwise known as the Ring of Gary speech.
You have reestablished your bond with your familiar. And also, if there is, if you would like, is there any other assistance you need going forward?
Oh, actually, so I look around and make sure Mordecai's not around. He's obviously not, but I do the double take. So actually, there's this guy who's making this like little.
She holds up a hand. I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
And
it's just Mordecai's really lonely. Like, I've got Gary. Zafir has the snot thing. But yeah, Mordecai is supposed to be like the one most connected to nature of all of us. So it'd just be nice for him to have something.
Don't worry.
He's lost a lot.
Sometimes in order for the greatest fields to bloom, there must be a burn. It is why we work well together. Yes, I know. I sold you on it. You didn't have to sell me on it. Don't sell past the close. Johnny, did I hear you're going by Johnny now?
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
And the camera pans out of there and swings back into the temple as Zafir, Mordecai, and Yandi are sitting on some comfortable giant toadstools as they enjoy a drink.
I have an important question.
I have an important answer.
Did Yandi ever circle back to mentioning of the Hedron?
Yes.
Okay. Mordecai does a spit take.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
I mean, yeah, nobody got out, but there was some kind of treaty. I don't know. They weren't happy about letting us go. I can tell you that much.
Was there like an old shifter dude with you?
Maybe. Like I said,
I'm gonna need more than a maybe, Yandi.
They let us go, and I didn't know if I was going to be getting an arrow in the back.
Yeah.
So I changed shape, and I beat feet.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, Yandi was, I believe you and I sort of crossed paths down there. I was brought to see her.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she was still carrying my business card, Yandi.
I'm not the one who makes a business card for my illicit activities, Zafir.
You know, that's fair, that tracks, yes.
Need more subtle branding.
Where did you even get those printed?
I did them myself.
Your penmanship is beautiful.
Thank you, I practiced very long for it.
Mordecai just like stoops over his drink and debates the possibilities of what his uncle being back in the wilds means.
What was your uncle in for?
Oh, essentially high treason.
Oh.
He tried to, you know what, you got the you know what happened to Bulwark?
Yeah?
He was trying to do that to Concetre.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. He was born in the collective?
In the wilds, yeah.
Oh, he was born out here.
I think so.
Huh.
Not like the Feywilds, like...
But
yeah, in like the Beyond the Wall wilds.
Like Lee and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
He was a Mavo guy.
For what it's worth, I don't remember seeing anybody with that description. I don't know. Because it sounds like your uncle would have been a higher value target.
Yeah.
I was just some druid who tried to jump bail.
Yeah.
Not so well, apparently.
They're partially my fault, sorry. I mean, I fulfilled my end of things. I'm just going to throw that out of there.
We can blame Connor for this.
Connor slip.
Connor slip.
Connor.
Love you, Corn.
Anyway.
Hey, Corn.
Love you,
Hey,
Corn.
buddy.
What's up, man?
Mordecai, when we get back out of this, I guess, this plane of existence, you could send your little pony.
I could.
Get a message to your uncle.
I could.
Is it magic?
Magic pony? Hell yeah. And I just pulled out the little tiny figurine of Benjamina.
I would hesitate to use that, because Hedron does weird stuff to magic.
Oh, well, yeah, that's assuming that he's still in there.
Exactly.
I could send to the Colonel.
This is fair.
I'll keep that in mind.
Fair enough.
I'll turn to Gary real quick. Gary?
Yeah, boss.
Look, it's great talking to you and everything, and I guess we didn't ever really ask you this, but do you want to come with us?
Yeah, boss. Like, this place is great and all, but I mean, I've seen more. I guess I've gone native a little bit.
I subconsciously tug on my ears. I get it. Do you have like I feel like a horrible elf now because I haven't asked you these questions. Do you have like a family here that you need to say hello to or check in on?
Not really. We're loner creatures at a certain point.
All right. Well, you're always welcome to come with us. Obviously, it's great to have you with us. You're a big help.
Happy to be helpful.
I just wanted to make sure.
I appreciate the thought.
Have some bacon.
Bacon.
It's fey bacon.
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 After a couple of hours of sitting and talking and eating and filling yourselves up once more, you all reconvene in the central courtyard. Gaia is there. She brings everybody in close. She waves her hand, and much like when she chucked Jack aside, there is a ring of toadstools that starts to pop up. These pop up much more slowly, and you can tell they're not going to chuck you across a reality. It's also a massive one because it is all of you and all of your Kyrip Striders.
Yes.
So
It
you
is
are...
14 of us?
Yes.
6 of us?
No, there's 12.
Plus 2 familiars.
Yes. Plus the familiars, yes, 14.
There are 14 of us.
We've got a posse.
Yeah. Very well. Well, should you need my help, you can call upon it. I do have friends in Lee. Should you need them, you will, when the time comes, you will know how to find them. In the meantime, I will be expediting your travel as a apology for pulling you here so unceremoniously. Your possessions will be waiting for you when you arrive. Is there anything else I can do for you all today?
No, thank you.
Thank you for the hospitality.
Guys, a lot happened. I'll fill you in once we get through the mushroom.
Sure.
Gnome named Diandi is pretty cool. You should, take good care of her.
I intend to. Worry not.
Mordecai does have a very quick, oh shit moment, and, no words, runs away from the circle for, a couple feet, stops, turns back to Gaia. I guess I should ask, can I take home a souvenir to my mom?
Yes? What would you like?
Like a flower or something? Or a seed? I'm gonna, maybe a seed?
I have so many of those.
She beckons you, reaches into the ground, and just pulls out a beautiful red satin bag filled with seeds.
Oh, yeah. Gaia, you're awesome.
I know. And
She's
hands
pretty
it to you.
cool.
What am I going to do with this hat full of acorns and seeds now?
Keep it, I'll eat them.
Okay.
I'll turn into a squirrel and I'll eat them.
Fine.
Squirrelikai.
Squirrelikai.
Now, if you eat as a squirrel and then you change back, does that food scale with you? Or is it still like you ate just a couple seeds?
Look, man, I don't have all the answers.
If you're super hungry, can you just turn into a squirrel, eat the only berry you have, turn back into a person, and you're full?
Then you're fine.
feel like that's some bullshit that druids could do, yeah.
These are the questions.
Only Circle of the Moon druids can pull that
It sounds
shit.
like an acceptable level of druid bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll turn to Gaia and say, look, I don't want to come back here, but I will.
I appreciate that. I will never force you to come here again.
And the tension just visibly leaves his shoulders. Thank you. I think I'll not be okay.
And I think that's okay. And with that, she lets your hand fall. She takes Amaria Dejani's hand one more time, and they clasp the clasp of two people ready to take over the world.
And then they kiss.
And they kiss.
They do not kiss.
But Mom and Dad, you know you love each other.
I've got to
Just
build
get together,
up
okay?
to it,
Jeez.
guys. I can't just have a kiss the first time they meet.
But Mom and Dad.
Guys, this is introduced in season 2. The payoff can't be till 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, you're right.
Look, we got to get
It's-
the fanfiction author something to write about.
It's a side plot. We can only come to the Feywild so many times.
It's got to get so wild next time. Gaia steps away, and with a wave of her hand, you are suddenly surrounded by a whirl of motion. Light and color race as the sky swirls. The moons and suns rise and fall and vanish as trees around you seem to race through the seasons. As quickly as it starts, it stops. You're standing not in a forest, but in an empty field. Night has fallen, and a thick frost lays on the ground. You find yourselves looking out onto a massive city, with full packs at your back and your side. Massive gates of stone and wood loom even at a distance. A scattering of houses dot the landscape in the run-up to the city, with bonfires lit around for warmth and celebration. By the lords, it's Lee. We're here.
I look to the boys and I say, let us go stop a war, shall we?
Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and newly updated merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and our network at ghostlightmedia.net. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia. A special thanks to our donor, Nathan N., or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can find me on Twitter at TQLoudly, Ryan at Ryan_Albrecht Griffin, at Griffcold, and Zach at that guy Zach Robb. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember that it's okay. Honestly, sincerely, it's okay to not be okay.
That was better than I was just say, boys, we're not in the Kindle lands anymore.
What if we leave?
Fuck off.
Get it?
It's Lay.
Take your syntax and...
All right.
Hey, Ryan,
It's
I need
Lee.
you to do me a favor. I need you to take your mouse
Yeah.
or your trackpad.
Yeah.
I need you to just scoot that down to the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.
Sure.
Presuming that you're in full screen.
Yep.
There's a little button that says "Leave Meeting." And I need you to go ahead and click that.
Okay, I can.
All right.
And then it's gonna have a little green button that
Yeah.
tells you to.
Okay,
actually
well,
leave.
before
I see. I see this. But it says leave a meeting, not leave.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
Have you ever wanted to watch that show you missed and all your friends talk about?
Have you wondered if that show you love still holds up?
Welcome to I Missed It, the podcast where we watch and talk about a show that one of us loved and the other one missed. I'm Ryan and I missed it.
I'm Brittany and I loved it.
Season 1 premieres Tuesday, March 10th. You can find us on Twitter at I Missed It Pod or at IMissedItPod.com.
First up, Buffy, Season 1. It's technically Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Well, I guess that's a way better name. And then if we just kind of let it fade out over this, that's kind of funny, isn't it?
I guess.
This has been a Ghostlight Media production.